Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club, and we have a health and wellness expert in the building. Goes by the name of AD Dolphin.
What's up, my brother?
Hey, I'm good.
People are all on their health kicks nowadays.
Yes.
Right.
So they love talking to people like you. I saw somebody on Twitter just tweet me and said they're doing your detox right now and they don't know what's coming out their body. I'm dead serious. Somebody just tweeted me and said that to me.
Bad thing?
Hey, look, it's a great thing, actually.
Okay.
You got to remember, you can hold up to 25 pounds of undigested food within your system. So it's very, very important to help get that out.
Right. I did a detox 2 weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. It was a 7-day detox. And it was 13 pounds in 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm on another one with my wife. My wife wanted to do it. Now,
Okay.
so I told her I would help her along. She's not doing too well.
Okay.
She's not doing
But
well.
let's be clear, it is a detox.
Yeah.
So
What kind of diet did you have with it? That's what I really want to know.
Well, the diet. Well, this one that she's doing is a 30-day detox.
Okay.
Only water fruits and water-based fruits.
Okay.
And water. And she's
Water.
doing that for 30
A lot
days.
of water.
And she's taking supplements.
So it's
as
fruits
well.
and vegetables,
Fruits and
supplements,
vegetables.
the whole
Herbal
nine?
supplements.
Yeah.
Positive. I'm with that.
That's hard though, because you're talking to a lady. I'm talking about my wife, who she's a eater, but she doesn't gain any weight. Like she can eat
That's
like
beautiful.
a pig and does not gain weight.
she can have babies and not gain weight, by the way.
So for her, not eating chicken, steak,
Right.
things like that she usually eats,
Right.
is killing her.
But you know what? Our body needs a break.
I tell her that. And
We
we're
need a
trying.
break.
Mine is only day 2.
And that's interesting because I did the 14-day detox.
I know.
Before Envy did
I do my
his.
research too.
Yeah, I did this 14-day detox, and a lot of people were like, detoxes are dangerous. Why would you do that? It's not a good idea to not eat, but it is because your body needs a break.
Listen, they don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people running around here that really just don't know what they're talking about. Cleansing is healthy for your body. You know, they talk about detoxing in the Bible. They talk about it everywhere.
Into the mic so they can hear you.
Okay, they talk about detoxing in the Bible. Cleaning out your system is completely natural. Your body needs to time out. And just moving away, we got to remember all the processed food that we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the things that's in the air as far as pollution. Think about the things that we put on our skin as far as lotion, perfume. All these things all these things contaminate our body, and we need to learn how to get rid of it.
I still use lotion, though. I didn't stop doing that.
What makes you a health and wellness expert? Because you don't come from a family of health and wellness experts.
Not at all. I come from a family of business people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was kind of thrown into it, Charlamagne. So when I first took on this venture, I was just looking for a business opportunity, to be honest, 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But, as you dive into something good, it becomes your life. And that's what happened for me.
So you said you was looking at the hustle people out their money. and so what made you actually fall in love with exercise?
You know what it is?
Detoxing and stuff.
Well, what it is, how I felt.
Gotcha.
My first cleanse I ever did, I absolutely loved it. I got an addictive personality, so I began doing every cleanse I can get my hands on.
What was the first cleanse? Yeah, what
Huh?
was the first
It
cleanse?
was
that
one
you
of,
did?
I can't really remember the name of it, nor will I give them credit on this show.
But what was it? Was it 7-day, 10-day, 30-day?
No, it was a 21-day cleanse. I did it. My girlfriend had introduced it to me at the time. I loved it. I began doing other cleanses. I said, you know what? I like this so much. It's something here. I met a couple of herbalists, put together a herbal team, and that's where it began 14 years ago for me and my brother.
What's your favorite kind of cleanse?
My favorite kind of cleanse is my cleanse.
Yeah, of course.
So it's the Dherbs Full Body Cleanse. So our cleanse is going to clean out all your major eliminative channels. That's your gallbladder, your heart, your liver, your colon, your spleen, your lungs, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, your blood, and your skin. It's going to flush out all the impurities in those particular areas of your body. Along with that, you got to have a diet. And that's why I asked you about your situation. It says, look, the diet that we want you to eat is fresh fruits, vegetables, raw nuts, and raw seeds. Everybody going to ask me, why? Why that? And the reason why you want to do something like that is because we are natural vegetarians, people. Listen, we're not supposed to eat meat. We're natural vegetarians. They can tell by the design of our teeth what's going on with us. Now, man has been eating meat for hundreds of years now, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. When you eat this way and you clean yourself out, the way that you feel is actually the way you're supposed to feel every single day.
What about fish?
Huh? You know what, fish, I'm not super opposed to fish. The thing that's wrong with fish is the water that it's swimming in, and it's the mercury. It's all that kind of stuff. So it begins to change. We're not eating the same foods our grandparents used to eat. our great grandparents. You remember they used to live till they was 90 something,
Yeah.
100 something. We live until 60 something. We supposed to live until we're 120. We're living half that and happy about it. And something got to change. The American diet is all messed up.
So you're saying, of course, you're vegetarian, so you don't eat meat at all.
Not at all.
Are
I'm
you
a vegan.
vegan?
I'm a
Okay.
vegan.
Now,
What about vagina?
Occasionally.
occasionally.
Got you.
Now, how bad is meat for people? Because people don't understand. Because, some doctors say you should eat meat. Some people say you shouldn't eat meat. Then What the Health came out, and then everybody was against meat for a week.
I don't know why there's a reason that you should eat meat. Because all the benefits that they say you can get
Protein.
from protein from other things.
Well, you got to remember the things that they're saying that first of all, it's protein in every single thing that we eat.
Right. You can.
So let's understand that. And on the flip side of that, the animals that they're saying they're getting protein from
Are vegetarian.
there you go. So, and then also the biggest animals in the world are what? The gorilla, the elephant, the
Rhino.
strongest animals. They're all vegetarians.
Right.
You guys, look, we might be all super powerful if we ate a certain way. We might be, certain foods, certain meats and things like that. That might be actually our kryptonite.
They cause cancer.
Huh?
They cause all
For
kinds
sure.
of illnesses, high
For
blood
sure.
pressure, diabetes.
Listen. Just think about like pets nowadays. We got pets running around with arthritis. We got pets running around with diabetes. It's the processed foods. It's definitely playing a role. We got to change our diets.
That's why when you go out of the country, like you go to the Caribbean, all the food to me tastes fresher.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I love eating goat in the Caribbean because all you see is goats on an island like Anguilla, so that tastes good. The fish comes right out the ocean.
Right.
Like I think if it's coming right from the earth like that and it's not contaminated, I don't think it's bad.
Well, I think, like I said, the elephant ain't going to make the mistake and eat a burger. So we just got to kind of understand that we are natural vegetarians.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that you can't indulge from time to time. That would be ridiculous. We all got to live, but we just got to understand we are natural vegetarians. And like I said, the foods that we may be eating might just be our kryptonite.
And what is your normal food regimen throughout the day? So when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do, lunch, dinner, for people who say, okay, I want to start this way?
Right. So first thing I do, I always have a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
I have a smoothie.
That's how I start my day.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I always
What's in
start
your
off,
smoothie?
Strawberries, blueberries, bananas, things along those lines.
Right.
And then lunchtime?
Lunchtime, I might have a salad.
Do you eat every 3 hours or?
No, I don't really. My schedule's a little crazy. I'm sure you guys kind of understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do my best. I
Yeah.
do my best.
Lunch, do you have protein in that meal? You have meat in it, or is it all vegetables in that
It's
salad?
Is it
all
vegetarian?
yeah,
I'm bugging you.
yeah, it's all vegetables. It's just a straight salad, and then at night I might go to certain restaurants in LA. Like it's a nice restaurant called Crossroads out there. It's a vegan spot. It's awesome. It's amazing.
You got me sitting there thinking, man, I think the problem is we not eating the strong animals.
What?
You
wanna
might
eat
need to
gorilla.
be eating the gorilla. You might need to be eating the
rhino.
elephant, the rhino. I'm serious.
Instead of eating what they eat to get as strong as they are?
We don't know. It might be that. I'm sure that's got to be genetics. So we just not built to be as big as gorillas or big as elephants or whatever. Maybe we eating the wrong animals,
You want to
bro.
go eat a gorilla?
You never know. You are what you eat, right? You never know.
My goodness.
I find that when I see people who used to eat meat and they stop eating meat, you can see that they look younger, their skin looks better.
Yeah, but they look terrible at first. Though. They do.
Look at Russell. Russell look amazing right
Yeah,
now.
now.
Yeah,
But when he first started.
All right, now what's the difference between a detox, a fast, and a cleanse?
Okay, a fast you're not eating.
So that I did a fast, but I could have
I
water.
struggle with a fast.
I had water and coconut water and herbal supplements, and that was it. But I couldn't have any solid foods, no smoothies, nothing.
I think those are great for a small amount of time.
14 days.
14 days, for me personally, that might be a little bit long, but it's a little long. I think we're supposed to eat. You got to remember when you eat, your body releases certain enzymes, helps you break down food and things like that. That's how you know it's completely natural.
Now, you said for your cleanse that you still allow people to eat food, but all the food's got to be raw.
Right.
Define raw.
So raw is uncooked. You got to remember we tend to overcook our food.
Uncooked
So
what?
like sushi?
No.
No, like carrots. Instead
Like
of having
carrots.
cooked
Yeah,
carrots, you
uncooked.
have raw carrots.
Okay,
Uncooked.
got you.
So you eating
Not
like a
sauteed
salad is
kale,
considered
not
raw.
sauteed
Oh,
A
okay.
smoothie is considered raw. You know, things along those lines.
So what's the difference between a cleanse and a detox? Because I don't really quite know the
Well,
difference.
that's a great question. So when people talk about detox, a lot of times they're talking about, they was on some kind of drug program. They're trying to get those kind of things out of their body a lot of the time. A cleanse is a new word that people came up with. detox and cleanse are kind of like the same thing.
Now, some people do have an adverse reaction at first when they start doing the
can,
cleanse.
but it's
Envy's wife is doing it, and she's having migraines. I had a friend who was doing it, and she actually had a really bad reaction where she was throwing up, and she had the chills, and it was like a detox.
I've seen all of that. So usually when people are having migraines and things along those lines, maybe they're strong on coffee, Coke, and things like that, because you can get a caffeine headache. So it depends on your system. A lot of times we're having adverse effects because of the history of what's going on with us. Our eating history, that's what's causing it. Now, as far as people throwing up and things along those lines, I've seen that too. Those are the people, to be honest, that need to detox. Throwing up is not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
That means your body is actually, your eliminative channels are working. Now your body's saying, look, whatever's in my system, I'm going to begin to throw up. And it's not just the food that they just ate or the capsules that they just ate. A lot of times it's the mucus that eventually comes out when they are throwing up. They might throw up 6, 7, 8 times. And next thing you know, you see all that mucus coming out. Now, it's a tough conversation for them to have when it's happening, but it's actually healthy for them.
What about
Should they
pooping?
continue?
Huh?
What about pooping?
Yeah, it's natural. A lot of times, look, if you eat 3 meals a day, you're supposed to have 3 bowel movements a day.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
you're not having 3 bowel movements a day, you're constipated to some degree. And constipation is the number one reason why we have so many obese people in the United States. That's it. We're eating more than we're actually releasing.
You know, it's
very
funny that
regular.
you said that because my wife used to drink a lot of soda.
Right.
That's probably where those headaches are coming from, because them caffeine headaches. They stole down on the 3rd day. She doesn't have any more.
It won't continue throughout the cleanse. 3 or 4 days is usually over with, and you back on page.
I was reading about your cleanse, and I know that if people are having a bad reaction, you can modify it, because it really is tailored to every person, and every person's different, what they need, what their body requires, and what they can handle at a certain time.
So a lot of times at my company, if you call, the person that picks up the phone did the cleanse, period. So they usually, a lot of times, they had some of those similar experiences, and they can walk them through it. So if someone is throwing up and having these kind of adverse effect, which only happens to about 1% of the people, we just tailor down the capsules and they'll be fine. And we'll walk them through them. We'll call them the next day, see how they're doing, and make sure they have a positive cleanse.
Well, the biggest problem I think is after people do the detox is like,
Absolutely.
they don't know how to maintain that lifestyle.
Man, you know what? The detox is supposed to help change your lifestyle. It's the beginning process of that. And that's everybody uses the cleanse as like a weight loss tool, which is great. Okay, good. You help me sell more cleanses, but it's really not for that. It's supposed to help you. It's supposed to help you change your lifestyle. So you're supposed to have clearer skin, stronger immune system, be able to focus and concentrate a lot better, be able to sleep better. So a lot of wonderful things are supposed to be able to happen to you, but you got to stay on that path. Now, that good feeling that you feeling as you eat, the worse and worse you eat, that feeling begins to go away. So therefore, you got to stay on the path. And once that dwindles to a certain point, okay, that means that's your body saying, hey, I need to cleanse again. And you just got to pay attention to it.
How often should you cleanse?
Okay, I would say once you cleanse and you got that good feeling, then that tells you when you need to do it again. So once that feeling begins to dwindle, like we mentioned just a second ago, then that's when you need to do it again.
The problem with cleansing is like Charlamagne said, that's the main thing. Like, when you do it, when I did the first 7, it was easy, right? Boom, lost 13 pounds. I felt great.
Right.
But then I had to do a show in South Africa, flew to South Africa.
And not to mention that very same night, I heard you went out and had some lobster.
No, I didn't have lobster. I didn't go
What's
yet.
wrong with lobster?
I didn't go lobster. But the problem is now when you travel a lot, it's hard to find these restaurants and everything is social. So, I came back and I gained 6 pounds just eating.
You can always find meat and vegetables, though.
That's true.
Salads.
But you know what
He
I would
said no meat.
But you know what I say that to DJ Envy? I would say, look, it's supposed to be hard. It's hard to be great.
Yeah.
It's hard to be great. It's hard to be on, the Breakfast Club. So that's what I'm saying. No, I'm just telling you the
it's
truth.
not. It's really not, though.
It ain't. Okay. Hey, but look, I'm just saying that, look, we're supposed to live until we're 120. I'm trying to be here as long as I can. I want to see my great-grandkids.
Word.
So therefore, it's like I said, you got to put forth the effort. If you do that, it's going to benefit you.
You can feel it, though, like, because I do cleanses through Dr. Natasha Sandy often, but like you said, when it's time to do another one. Like,
Absolutely.
I haven't done one yet this year. I think it's time for me to do one.
Hey, I brought everybody in here a cleanse, and DJ Envy, I brought your wife a cleanse too, so you guys can jump on it, so you guys can start it. I give you guys my number. Anytime y'all have an issue, a problem, anything, just call me.
Is it healthy to lose 30? Because your cleanse allows people to lose 10 to 30 pounds in 21 days. Is it healthy to lose all that weight in that short amount of time?
For sure. You're losing it naturally. You're not starving yourself. You can eat as many fresh fruits and vegetables as your heart desires. So you can eat as much as you want. We got you drinking as much water as you want. So it's completely natural. It's just your body realizing, hey, I'm finally doing something right. And your body responded to it, and now it's ridding yourself of all that waste.
It probably depends on how much you weigh to begin with, too. Because if I lost 30 pounds, that wouldn't be a good thing for me. But
you know what? Your body has its own intelligence.
Right.
Your body's not going to lose 30 pounds.
Exactly, because I know we could do the same exact detox,
There
and
you
somebody
go.
will lose a lot more weight than I will.
For sure.
It depends on how much weight you have. But I meant to ask with the water, how important is water and the different types of water? Is spring water better than this one? Or is just water's water?
Nah, water ain't water, unfortunately, because our planet has been contaminated. So there's different levels of water. And, the big water that everyone's drinking. Alkaline water. Now, he's drinking, I don't know if I can mention the name, so
Fuji.
I won't.
Yeah,
Fiji. He's drinking
Fuji.
Fiji water. So that's naturally alkaline. And it's great because of that water is alkaline through minerals. A lot of times people are drinking water that's been electrocuted, which gives you this fake alkalinity. You know what I mean? So when they measure the alkalinity of the water, it's that number at that moment. That particular water is going to stay that number from the beginning is putting that bottle to the time you drink it. So that's alkaline through mineral. Now, how much water that you should drink is based on your body weight. So I would tell people, you take your body weight. If you weigh 100 pounds, you're supposed to drink 50 ounces of water a day. So a lot of times people think they're supposed to drink a gallon. Nah, it's actually based upon your body weight.
Now, how expensive is this cleanse? Because I know that's one thing people talk about. Oh, I can't afford to do it, and it's an expensive thing to do. That's what people have in their head. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. People always talk about expense. But first of all, if their life was on the line, we wouldn't be talking about it. Another thing is a lot of times the people who are talking about it, they're wearing Jordans. They're wearing red bottoms.
That's a fact.
They got all the nice bags. So what's important? So what's important? Is your health important? Is being on this planet important? That's the real question here.
But there are some people that really are financially strapped, that have kids that they have to take care of, that, for them, they would love to do it. But priority-wise, their money has to go.
And even for that kind of a situation, the healthier you eat, the less you got to go to the doctor, the less medication you're going to have to pay for. So ultimately, in the end, it's going to be to your benefit. Now, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, I don't think it's that expensive.
It is.
But
organically, it does, definitely.
Yeah, organically probably. But another thing is you got to remember, that meal that costs $5 is not gonna be enough for you anyway. It's just not gonna be enough for you. If you eat one of those meals, what happens is your body's gonna alert you an hour later saying, look, there was no nutrition in there. You need to try this all over again.
All right, what are some things that can happen to you when you're on the cleanse that people call up about? Because we already talked about people throwing up. We talked about people having migraines. What are some
Headaches.
other side effects that could happen?
Okay, you want me to talk about the good ones or the bad ones?
Both.
Okay, so the good ones that we kind of already mentioned, more energy. So you're going to feel like you're 12 years old all over again. You're talking about being able to focus and concentrate a lot better. A huge, clearer skin. It's a lot of wonderful things. Now, as far as some of the things that are people consider bad, is throwing up is probably the worst one. But like I said, it's not necessarily a bad
Sweating
thing.
a lot.
So that don't mean your
Sweating.
body's rejecting something?
Nah, not. I think your body is now realizing that it's about to get all this mucus out of its system, and that's just one way of doing it.
I looked at it like it was a detox, like when people. What are you doing, Envy?
I don't know
I looked at it like it.
Jesus Christ, Envy.
Envy, what is wrong with you?
there we go. Just wouldn't stop.
I look at it like it's a real detox, like when people are on drugs and they have to go to the hospital and get things out of their body that aren't good for them, and then they start throwing up and having the chills and shaking. I didn't know if it was a similar thing.
It can be similar for some certain people. I have never had that personal experience. I've definitely heard of people having those experiences. Like I said, we tailor down the capsules. We get you on the right path. And it has to do with your history.
What about discharge? That was one thing they told me could potentially happen. They were
For
like,
sure.
you might have some greenish discharge with it.
Out your butt?
No.
Oh.
It's possible. It's possible because you got to remember, women have that 6th channel of elimination, which is the vagina. So therefore, you can have discharge. But that's also the reason why women live longer than men, because you do have that 6th channel.
Bad breath.
Can happen.
I had bad breath for 3 days. Last one.
Well, you had that anyway.
Shut up.
Well, I know somebody that's been detoxing for a long time.
You're also not supposed to have sex, right? When
No
you're doing
sex.
a detox.
Well, that's the exchange of fluids. So that's what that's about.
What do you mean? Like you can't? Your fluids are
Well,
toxic
that
or
person's
something?
not cleansing.
Okay.
Unless that person, well, you got to
Oh,
remember.
so I don't want someone's nasty meat toxins in me or something?
No, you got to remember. So when you are cleansing, all the bad stuff is trying to get out. It's going to get out of every orifice on your body, and having sex is one of them.
Okay.
Trying to think what else.
How important is it to adhere to that part?
Huh?
How important?
Very. I didn't have
Do
sex.
your
for,
best, Angela.
No, I didn't have sex for mine. I didn't have sex for 7 days. I was scared that I was going to release toxins. You know what I'm going to tell you? I was talking to the cameraman earlier. Cold showers.
Okay.
Are cold showers important?
Cold shower. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Well, you're not having sex, so
Shut up.
Cold shower, you talking about like closing your pores and things like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. On the cleanse, it's not something that we bring up the importance of.
What are some of the daily things that people can do?
Daily things.
Like say you can't commit to a whole detox, but you just want to do something daily.
Absolutely. You know what I would do? It's similar to what me and Angela do. I would have a fruit smoothie in the morning. You know, pick up, especially if you've done the cleanse or done cleansing. Did you pick up that? Did you always do that?
No,
or
this
did
is
you
my-
do it after you started
We had a
cleansing?
juice
No,
bar.
I own a juice bar.
We own a juice bar.
Yeah, we own a juice bar, and
That's what I'm
so.
talking about.
But the reason why I wanted to do a juice bar was because I juice every single morning.
Okay.
And it's actually one of the ways that I make sure that I'm very even. You know, a lot of things will like have you spike up in the morning
Right.
and then come right back down. But the juices are really good for me because it keeps me very even.
Okay.
And it also doesn't have me too full, so it's not like I get exhausted afterward. It actually gives me more energy. So I already was doing that, and then that was my first ever detox that I did right after.
Okay. That's what's up. But yeah, so just eating healthy. I also would say just find something that you can do every single day and see if it improves upon your health.
Yeah, you know what I do? I try to do a protein shake for breakfast.
Okay.
And if I don't do that, I do 3 egg whites. But for lunch, I may have a salad. But if I
Okay.
don't, I have another protein shake, and then I have dinner.
Okay, what kind of protein we taking?
I do whey protein.
So whey protein is basically a meat-based protein. So therefore, if I were you, I would maybe shift it towards more of a pea protein, some kind of vegan type
Vegan
of protein,
proteins, yes.
hemp protein, things along that. It's a little bit healthier for you.
What about weed?
Huh?
Oh,
I
no,
said-
hold on, I smell it on you. AD.
Nah. You know, as far what's your question
said, but
about
I don't know
weed, like
what's
weed.
your actual
What about weed?
question.
Is that
Yeah,
part
what's
of,
your
can that
question?
be part of the diet? Can be
That's not going to necessarily be part of your diet.
okay.
Nah, I would
Plus,
definitely.
it makes you hungry.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna make you help make other bad decisions. I would, I would kind of move away from it.
Got
What are
you.
some of the best success stories that you've had that stick out in your head?
Wow, you know what? Our best success story we ever had is that we had a preacher who he was 355 pounds. He was basically on his deathbed, and he had a situation where his wife needed a kidney, and he wanted to be a hero
But he
for
had
her.
to lose weight.
But he had to lose weight. So he had to lose weight. So he came to us and asked us, could we help him? We helped him lose 150 pounds
Amazing.
in
Wow.
6 months. So
Wow.
we helped him lose 160 pounds in 6 months. And
That's
now,
amazing.
now he got a chance to take that test. And that was really, really important for him. He got a chance to be his wife's hero. So that was super, super important for him. So that was one of the best things I've ever done
Was he
in
able
my
to
life.
live
Oh, so you can't even give up your kidney if you fat?
Nah, you can't.
Was he
Because
able,
you're gonna jeopardize yourself.
was he
Yeah,
able to
it's-
give it to her?
He wasn't a match for her.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
wasn't a match. But the fact that he was
dedicated.
he committed to that process was amazing, because it's funny how God introduced certain things into our life, because he was attempting to save her life, but actually he was saving his own.
Right.
God works in mysterious ways.
There you go.
You used to play ball too, right?
Yes.
What would you recommend to athletes? Because the only person I see that's kind of working for is Kaepernick. You know, he's a vegetarian. And he looks good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He looks strong. He looks healthy. Like, what would you recommend to athletes?
Change your diet. Change your diet. Stay out these clubs and stop drinking so much. That's what I would tell them in a minute.
So they could do these detoxes and still like keep up that health, like that athletic lifestyle?
Absolutely. It's about to change. You know what? The world everything's changing because at least in LA, you kind of see it more on the forefront, and probably New York
in New
too.
York, yeah.
And you're going to see more vegan restaurants popping up. You're going to see more vegetarian restaurants popping up. You're going to see more vegan athletes popping up. It's gonna happen more and more as we get more and more information.
I don't be trusting that either, though, man. They put vegan on everything: vegan banana cream pie, vegan hamburgers, vegan French fry. Like, what are you talking about?
Gluten free, everything. So I'm with you on.
But we
all
don't
of
have
that.
to be gluten free unless you have an allergy.
Right, but you got to remember. You got to remember. The reason why that's happening is because the world is changing, and that makes you have to be a little bit smarter to be able to read those labels, to be able to dissect that information. So it's really. I don't understand what you mean is bad, but it's really good because it's gonna put you on your toes.
Ain't no vegan fried chicken, bro. Like you lying, like people lying to me when I see that. You can't.
You seen vegan fried?
Bro, they got vegan everything. They be like, oh, that's vegan. You're like, huh? How? Vegan cheesecake.
We do have
vegan tacos.
We do have vegan rum cake at the juice bar and vegan cookies.
I gotta go to this juice bar.
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and if people want to start your detox plan, how can they get in touch with you and start your stuff?
Wow. You can find us at, first of all, they can call us at 866-434-3727, or they can go to our website, DHERBS.com, the letter D, the word herbs, all one word.com. And the cleanse that they want to look for on there is the full body cleanse.
How long is that for?
It's for 20 days.
20 days. All right. I like doing cleanses now. So
I got one for you guys. I got one for you guys.
Now you work with Steve Harvey. How'd you hook up with Steve Harvey for you?
Man, first of all, I advertise on his radio show a lot, and before he let me come on and advertise on the radio, he called me and said, "Man, are you the real deal? Because I ain't gonna let you on if you're not." And I said, "No, I'm the real deal." He said, "Send me a cleanse." I sent him a cleanse. He had an amazing experience, and he said, "Come on." He let me come on the show. He let me do interviews on the show. That's my man right there. Let me tell y'all something. The first thing I'll tell y'all about Steve Harvey, he the truth. He kind of remind me of Charlemagne a lot. Because
that's my OG.
Because if he don't like it, he say, I don't like it. And if he like it, he say, I like it. And I respect that because you always know where he coming from. I love Steve. That's my guy.
Too. He's a good dude. He gets a lot of flack for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean?
Because he honest.
Yeah.
He honest. Like I said, if he don't like it, he say, I don't like it. And sometimes people don't know how to deal with that, but that guy is 100%.
And he does so much for us as black people.
Man, he didn't do so much for me. I'm telling y'all right now, Steve is my guy. But if you a real dude, you gonna really like Steve.
Absolutely.
If you got some issues or you got something going on with you and you can't deal with the truth and you can't face it head on,
that detox won't work for you.
He not gonna be for you. But that's my guy.
You ever read a book called Soul of the Superior Man?
No, I haven't read that one.
You should read that book. I just was reading a chapter last night that talked about how men should be able to take criticism from their male friends.
Man.
And that's the type of person Steve is. Like they say every week you should get with your guys and have real honest conversation about each other.
Absolutely. Shoot. I totally believe in that. Like I said, Steve, that's my guy. 100%.
That's what it is. All right. AD Dolphin. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.